invitation to do this opening tribute. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. In the name of God, the compassionate, the most gracious. There are many doors to the divine presence. Each of these doors has its own unique architecture, qualities, and aesthetics, particular slants and textures here, variable shapes and solidity there, shifting timbers and tones, distinctive configurations and cadences, drawing some of us to one path and beckoning others to another. Sometimes these doors are religions and spiritual paths, and sometimes they are human beings. Every now and then, a rare soul provides a portal of such magnificent beauty and spiritual fragrance that the neighbors look out of their windows enthralled. They marvel, and they might even dance ecstatically at such loveliness. Some might sing in admiration and awe, Alhamdulillahi dhul jalali wal ikram. All praise is due to God, the possessor of sublime majesty and breathtaking generosity. I am such a Muslim neighbor, or perhaps a kindred traveler wandering through the shared gardens and valleys of our world. When the terrain is particularly bleak and treacherous, turning my existential gaze to such resplendent souls is a source of strength, renewal, and hope. Emeritus Archbishop Desmond Tutu has been one such glimmering beacon, embodying the best of religion, showing people of spiritual fortitude, showing how people of spiritual fortitude are able to transform the world. Now, having keenly observed Desmond Tutu for many decades, I recognized a living, loving archway who exemplified some of the most capacious ways to be human. I celebrate him as a universal teacher, a holy friend, and a discerning guide, who having drunk from the sacred center, quenched the thirst of others, serving humanity as we yearn and work towards a world of justice, love, and dignity for all living beings. The arch embodied the way to seamlessly integrate the life of the spirit with engaged social justice action directed at healing our social and political worlds. I lovingly offer a Muslim prayer of thanksgiving and tribute for this extraordinary and exquisite soul who continues to inspire us to become complete human beings. And I begin by invoking two verses of the Quran, chapter 24, verse 35, and chapter 66, verse 8. And I'll begin with the Arabic recitation and then read a translation. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Allahu nurus samawati wal ard. Allahu nurus samawati wal ard. Allahu nurus samawati wal ard. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Rabbana atmim lana nurana waghfir lana innaka ala kulli shay'in qadir. ربنا أتمم لنا نورنا واغفر لنا إنك على كل شيء قدير. ربنا أتمم لنا نورنا واغفر لنا إنك على كل شيء قدير. صدق صدق الله العظيم. And this translates, in the name of God, the all-compassionate, the most gracious. God is the light of the heavens and the earth. And the second one, our sustainer, perfect our light for us and forgive us. Indeed, you have power over all things. Ameen. Ya Rab, O sustainer, thank you for Desmond Tutu, whose life journey illuminated the powerful contours of human struggle, courage, resilience, and hope. Thank you for one who was a shimmering testimony that divine love can only be fully manifest when it embraces justice. Thank you for blessing us with one who was the fountain of radiant wisdom, playful joy, and most delicious laughter. Thank you for a role model that integrated the delicate inner life with engaged outer action, so that we might be born anew in each moment through the breath of the merciful. Thank you for one whose strong, dedicated spirit, through active surrender to your divine light and guidance, became a vessel of your grace and generosity in the world. Thank you for gifting us with this embodiment of your loving guardianship and your trustworthy refuge. Thank you for a guide whose melting heart and intimate worship, whose prayer and retreat nourished a deep love and service of the lives of others. Thank you for one who extended your gaze of protection and care to the oppressed, the marginalized, the desolate, who embraced those of the margins and peripheries of our communities and our worlds. Thank you for this brave heart that did not cower from speaking uncomfortable truths to power, all the while never losing sight of the full humanity of the opponent or the other. Thank you, dear Lord, for a model of leadership who received the divine trust as a sacred responsibility to treat each life as one's own. Ameen, Ameen, Ya Rabbal Alameen. Amen, O sustainer of the world. Beloved Arch, may your soul soar with the angels. May you be bathed in divine grace. And may you rest in the highest of stations amongst the most intimate friends of the divine friend. Amen. Thank you.
Thank you so very much. Thank you for presenting that with a great knowledge of the real character of our late beloved Arch. Thank you so much, Professor Sadier. And thank you, everyone. I want to continue to welcome our colleagues who are continuing to join us. I would do so for the rest of the day. I would like to now move to a session which is titled Reflections on Desmond Tutu's Prayer Life. And this session is fittingly being presented by the Most Reverend Thabo Makgoba, the Archbishop of Cape Town, who needs no introduction. I think we all know that. I want to, however, drop a few lines of introduction to maintain the connection that you see that is so evident with Archbishop Desmond Tutu. Bishop